Good morning. So I talk about time and consistency a lot. Anything worth doing is worth putting in time and consistency. And if you do put in some time and consistency, lots of time and consistency, then you'll see results in whatever it is you're doing. So in the gym, I go every day. I've made that one of my rules for life. And again, that's that concept that I've started kind of studying from, at least I heard it from John Mark Comer and Jefferson Bethke in their new podcast series. But that's something that everybody does. You just don't hear it put to words, and I think that's a lot of times how things go. Is you're like, oh, that's like monumental, or this is earth-shattering, mind-blowing. Is when somebody puts something into words that you've been doing, or a thought that you've had, they put it into words and they just say it really succinctly. So anyway, rule of life. One of my rules of life for years has been go to the gym, and I've gone to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. For an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours every day. Well, no, sorry, every weekday, and then on the weekend I'll go one day, a little bit later because the gym doesn't matter. I go to the gym 6 days a week. That's been one of my rules of life. I just do that. Doesn't matter if I don't feel like waking up, if I'm tired, if I just don't feel like working out. I go, and the results are going to show if you just put in the time and consistency. So right now, I'm just really pouring myself into my relationship with God, and one of the rules for life that Jefferson Bethke and John Mark Comer are talking about is taking like silent time and taking a break, a Sabbath, taking a break from all of your daily work. I grew up in a religion where Sabbath was a priority, so that part has already been one of my rules of life. But daily, I think taking daily quiet time and stopping and listening. That one's a little bit harder for me, and I've been trying to do that, and I thought, I'll just set it up as a rule, because for the most part that's worked for me. I just set up as a rule, and maybe I just don't remember how difficult that is when you start a new rule, that's it takes some time to turn that into a habit, but it's more difficult than I thought, and so I have to just listen to my own advice and just keep putting in the time and consistency until it becomes a habit. So praying every night with my wife, spending that time, and then we have our rule of life, our marriage time, basically, where we will just be talking for 30 minutes, no phones, no distractions, no TV, no nothing. We just sit and we talk about whatever the other one is wanting to talk about, or whatever someone's willing to listen to, and it's way more difficult than I thought. I was like, no big deal. I'll just set it up as a rule, and then I'll just do it, because that's kind of been the way that I operate with all my other rules. But it's been more difficult. And so I think just reminding you to keep going. The time and consistency is key, and that is going to lead to results in the long run. You just have to keep reminding yourself it's time and consistency, and the results are going to come maybe even years in the future, but it'll be worth it. So think on that today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.